Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Zen. In these videos, I show you how to make a beautiful tangle using the Zentangle method of drawing. The supplies I'm using today are a Micron pen. This is a PN plastic nib pen. I have a graphite pencil and a blending tool, and I'm using my little paper tiles. These are 2 inches by 2 inches. All of these can be found at zentangle.com. Okay, this one is called Button, and it is by Veena Arun. And I feel like there are different versions of this that I have seen before, but I just came across this one and thought it was so beautiful that we need to try it. Okay, all right, turn your tile over. And we're going to begin with our pencils today. And what I want you to try to do is very lightly with your pencil, we're going to divide our tile in half. So I'm just picking where I think the middle might be and giving myself a little horizontal line. And then I'm going to give it a vertical line as well. This is just going to help us keep things lined up and in the right places. Okay, now we are going to draw a square, and I want you to leave enough room on top that we can put part of the drawing. So go down at least a pencil or a pencil and a half, so maybe about here. And I just want to leave that same size edge all the way around if I can. I'll make that go a little bit lower. Just want to have room over here on each side. Like that one got pretty close. I'm gonna go a little bit smaller. That's the hardest part of this whole tangle. If you have an eraser, you can erase these outer lines. And then we're going to pick up our pen to begin. Are you ready? Okay, we're going to draw this horizontal line and the vertical line, stopping at the edge of the square. And then we're going to start in this top left corner. And the reason that we drew this square is so that our lines can stay even. So I'm going to go over here to this top left corner, and I'm going to draw a line that goes up and stops. And if I hadn't made that square, this line might have come up short or long, which would have been okay, but this helps us keep things lined up. Do not draw the top yet. Okay, we're going to divide this one in half, so I'm just going to find where I think the middle is, and I'm going to come down. And then I'm going to divide each of these in half as well. Okay, then I'm going to turn my tile so that now I have a new upper left-hand corner to work in. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw this line in over here, stopping at that center line. Then I'm going to divide it in half, and then divide each of those in half as well. If you did not turn your paper, then we went up and down here, and then we went from the left to the right over there. Okay, I'm going to turn my tile again, and now I have a new upper left-hand corner. I'm going to put in that line, stopping at the center. Do not continue it down. Divide it in half, and then divide each of those in half as well. If you did not turn your paper, we started here and went up, we started here and went over, we started here and went down, and now we're going to start at this line and go to the left. But I'm going to turn mine so that's up in that top corner. Draw in that first line on the side, divide it in half, and each of those in half again. It should look something like this. Okay, are you ready for the next step? All right, we're going to start up here again in this upper left corner. And I'm going to take this first line next to the middle. So here's the middle. I'm going to go over to the left to this line. I'm going to do my pencil first so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this line and I'm going to go up and make a curve and have it end over here. So I'm going to go up and end over here. I just want to make that a nice round curve. So here's the middle. I went to the left and did that. Let's do all of them. Let's go to this one. Here's the center. We're going to go over to the left one line. I'm going to bump that up and make it come all the way over to this end. A nice, pretty, even bump. The next one, here's the middle, go to the left. And give that a nice bump. And the last side. Here's the center, so you go to the left, this first line over here. Make this nice, even bump. Okay, now I'm going to take my pen, I'm going to trace those. So I'm going to imagine this line coming right off of this line. So I'm going to come up here and bump over. I'm going to come from this one and bump to the corner. Bump. Got that? All right, we're going to go back up to this top one here. We still have a couple of lines left, so I'm going to go over to the next one. Here's the center. I did that first line. I'm going to go to the next one. In this one, I'm just going to bump up and then tuck right into there. I want it to be almost as high, though. I went a little low. And then this one, bump into there and the last one bump into there. So you're just extending these straight lines up and coming over. Straight line up, coming over. This one here in the center, I want to do an aura, which means I'm going to go alongside a line. So I want this thickness all the way over. So watch me. I'm going to come up here like that. And see how I've kept this thickness about the same. And then I can ink in this little area. Turn my tile. I'm going to go to the left, bump this up, and I want it to be about as high as this one. So I'm going to go up and over, up and over, up and over. The center one, I'm going to give this little aura and come down. So this thing right here is all the same width. And then I ink this in. Turn. Here's my middle. Here's my first line. I'm going to go over to the next one. Go up and bump in, up, in, up, in. And then that middle one, I'm making that cute little aura. Like that. I have one more side to do. I'm going to go to this next line, go up, over, up, over, up, over. And then I go up that middle and give that a bump. Ink it in. And that is called Button. It's so cute. It takes a little bit to kind of get used to it, but the end result is amazing. I'm going to erase my pencil lines. I'm going to add my initials and then do some shading. Okay. How did yours turn out? Did that grid help? I hope that it helped. I've been a big fan of using grids lately, just when I'm showing you how to make one. I think it helps our brains organize things a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to start up here in the top corner like I have been, and I'm going to look at all of these and see how they tuck like behind this. So right here, I'm going to give it a little bit of graphite. And then when I push this up into those little areas, it looks like a little shadow. Can also do it right here where this one tucks in behind. Push that up a little bit. And then with my blending tool, I already have some graphite on it. I'm just going to give these a little tiny bit up there. Okay, I'm going to turn my tile. Now I have this as my top left corner. So right here, I'm going to put some graphite because it tucks underneath. And I'm going to do a little bit up here on this one. Push that graphite up and away. You want it to be darkest where it tucks underneath. And same thing up here. And then with my blending tool already having some graphite, I'm just going to give these a little love up there. Turn. Add a shadow here. And a little bit up here. And then just a little bit up there. Turning my tile once more, adding that dark graphite down here, a little bit up there. Pushing that up and away from the line, up and away, and then a tiny bit up here. I like adding the ones up here just because I feel like they are going away from the light source a little bit. Look at that. It's so cool. And I'm not sure if Veena Arun is a CZT or not. She might be. So if you are Veena, I'm so sorry. I can go back and add that to my tile later. But beautiful tangle for all of us. And then if you wanted to, you could take your pen, you could add some really fun designs and patterns in these. Like maybe some little orbs, some little striping. It would be really fun to decorate this. I'm not going to today because we just did our little 15 minutes, but I hope that you love that. I hope you have fun playing with it. And follow me on Facebook at Let's Tangle to share your work. And you can go to my website, www.minsofzen.com, to get my newsletter and just keep in touch. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.